Hey there, welcome back. We're going to continue our study of music from the movies with the song 9 to 5, title of the movie too, 9 to 5. And it's sung by Dolly Parton, if you remember, she was also in the film. Great song, great movie. And what we're going to do is use this to kind of explore the family of D. So let's zoom on in and review what those chords are all about. 9 to 5 is in the key of D. So I'm starting with my D chord. I've got my pointer, middle, and ring finger all across the second fret here on G, C, and E, respectively. Sounds like that. I've also got my G chord. My pointer finger comes to the second fret of C. Middle finger comes over to the second fret of A, and then I put my ring finger in between on the third fret of E. Sounds like that. We've got A7. Oh, we love A7. Just one finger, your pointer finger goes to the first fret of C. And then E7, a little gnarly, but I've come to really love this chord. So my pointer finger is on the first fret of G. My middle finger comes to the second fret of C, and then my ring finger comes back to the second fret of A. And it sounds like that. Cool, once you got your chords, let's talk strumming and chord progressions here. So in the verses, we're gonna take a pretty standard chord pattern here where we've got 4 beats on each chord for starters. We go from D over to G, back to D, to A7. Very common, D, back to G. But then at the end here, we wanna end up at the D chord. So we're gonna take 2 beats of D, 2 beats of A7, back to 2 beats of D, and then 1 strum and hold it as we transition into the chorus. Now as far as strumming goes on these verses, we want that driving rhythm of those typewriter keys. So instead of 4 straight down strums, we're gonna add in the half beats as well, like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so there's gonna be sort of this driving just straight down strums, nice and even as best you can. All right? So it's gonna feel like you're doing 8 strums of each chord, even though it's really 4 beats, because you're doing those half beats in between. And you can count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and it all adds up to the same. So whichever feels like it makes more sense to you. Here we go. Let's just try, it's kind of a fast-moving song, so let's try the chords without the words in verse 1. I've got my chord chart here. If you don't have one from class, you can feel free to download it at my website. And what we'll do is just try that first verse going through the chords with those down strums. Here we go. 1, 2, wait, hold on. I go 1 and 2, and here we go. D, 1, 2, and 3, and 4 to G, 1 and 2, and 3, and back to D, 1 and 2, and 3, and 4, A7. So let's add the words to it. Very wordy song, so you're on your own for the chords. You'll see how it fits together. Starting on that D, we'll sort of warm up with the D here, the intro on those strums. Here we go. Tumble out of bed and stumble to the kitchen. Pour myself a cup of ambition. Yawn and stretch and try to come to life. So that's how our verses are going to go. From there, we hold that D chord for 2 beats, and then we move into chorus number 1. We got 2 different choruses here. They're the same pattern, but different words. So when we get to the chorus, we're going to take that same ba, 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 and we're going to turn it into our standard strums. We're going to go 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2. So a nice strong down strum. 2 and 3, and we're adding these up strums. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And you want to keep it really rhythmic still. You want to match up with those down strums that you had before. We're just kind of changing a little bit of the feel of it. Now when we get into the chorus, let's try the chords now. We got a different chord pattern here. We won't add the words quite yet, but we'll have the strum and the chords. We start on G, ready, and 1, 2, and 3, and another 1, 2, 2, and back to D, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3 to G, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. Now we're gonna switch back to those straight strums here, E7, and 3, and 4, A7. Try it again, G, straight strum, or sorry, standard strum. Back to D, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, back to G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 straight strums again, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and there we are. Then we come back to the interlude, back to that D to sort of get ourselves set up for the next verse. So again, we've got the standard strum pattern going until the last line of the phrase there when we go to that E7 to A7. We're just trying to build that momentum, and also we're singing things like it's enough to drive you crazy. So it's all sort of building that energy back to just the stress of the 9 to 5. So let's go back to chorus 1 and add the words this time. Here we go, starting on that G, or actually let's go from the verse into chorus 1 so you feel the transition here. So we'll take it from the last line of verse 1 on D, 2, ready, and folks like me on the job from 9 to 5, 1 strum to G, working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living, D, getting by. It's all taken and no giving, G, use your mind. And they never give you credit, E7 enough to drive you, A7 crazy if you let it, G, 9 to 5 for service and devotion. You would think that I would deserve a fair promotion on to move ahead, but the boss won't seem to let me. I swear sometimes that man is out to get me. And back to D, and you bring it down and get ready for that next verse. Sorry, that's like super fun to sing. I get to feel a little bit like Dolly Parton myself when I do that. So watch out for those two things. When we go from the interlude over to verse 2, it's going to be basically the same thing all over again, just different words, right? Verse 2, chorus 2. At the end, we'll usually in the film and in the song, Dolly Parton sort of fades out at the end on that chorus 2. There's no real end, but we're going to figure it out somehow. I think at the end of chorus 2, we'll just come back to those down strums on D and kind of let ourselves end right there in some way. We'll figure it out. I'll guide you through it. Go back and review any part of this that you need. Once you've learned it, we will move right along and just play through the whole thing without me yakking at you the whole time. So here we go. All right, I got my fingers on my D chord here. I'm ready for my different strum patterns and ready to just rock out with Dolly Parton here. So if you're ready to rock out with me, here we go. Starting on that D, let's warm up in the intro with just a couple down strums here. 2, ready, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and here's verse 1. Tumble out of bed and stumble to the kitchen, pour myself a cup of ambition, yawn and stretching, try to come to life. Jump in the shower and the blood starts pumping, got on the street, the traffic starts jumping, folks like me on the job from 9 to 5, 1 strum, working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living, barely getting by. It's all taken and no giving, they just use your mind and they never give you credit. It's enough to drive you crazy if you let it. 9 to 5 will shatter. You're just a step on the boss man's ladder, but you got dreams he'll never take away. Back to D, in the same boat with a lot of your friends, waiting for the day your ship will come in and the tide's gonna turn. It's all gonna roll your way. Working 9 to 5, what a way to make a living, barely getting by. It's all taking and no giving. They just use your mind and they never give you credit. It's enough to drive you crazy if you let it. 9 to 5, they got you where you want to. There's a better life and you think about it, don't you? It's a rich man's game, no matter what they call it. And you spend your life putting money in his wallet again. 9 to 5, what a way to make a living, barely getting by. It's all taking and no giving. It's amuse your mind and they never give you credit. It's enough to drive you crazy if you let it. 9 to 5, yeah, they got you where they want you. There's a better life and you think about it, don't you? It's a rich man's game, no matter what they call it. And you spend your life putting money in his wallet. Back to D. And right there, whew, that is way too much fun. As you can see, I got myself a little distracted, got off on a couple chords and a couple words, but it doesn't matter because you just feel like Dolly Parton when you sing that song. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Feel free to go back and use as much as you need anytime in your practice, and good luck with that. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.